everyone, Jenny Carlson. I've just gotten back home after being at Devon Park for Oklahoma's game against UCLA. It was a heck of a ball game. Sooners win 1-0 over the Bruins. This was obviously a matchup in the winner's bracket to move on to Monday's semifinals to be in the Final Four. The Sooners are the first to punch their tickets there. We've got lots to talk about. Decided to come home, by the way, so I could watch that Texas-Florida game from the recliner instead of the press box where I've been spending a lot of time these last few days. But I tell you, I got to see a great ball game today. Anybody who watched this game did, and it started with Kelly Maxwell, the Sooner ace. She's definitely been the ace for this team throughout the season, but we have not seen her pitch as well as she did today on Saturday in a Sooner uniform. She pitched as well as she has the entire season on the biggest stage today there at Devon Park. It was an unbelievable performance by her, a complete game shutout of the Bruins. She went 116 pitches in 7 innings. She scattered 2 hits, and no extra base hits at all. So an unbelievably efficient performance by Kelly Maxwell. And best of all, she struck out 11 batters. The Bruins' top 3 hitters in their lineup, they went 0 for 10 today. That included an 0 for 4 day by Maya Brady, the Bruins' dangerous leadoff hitter, and she struck out 3 times. Kelly Maxwell, just an unbelievable performance, getting strikeouts when she needed them, getting outs when she needed them. She got into trouble a few times, got some runners on base, and even into scoring position against her. The Bruins had some walks, hit by pitch. They moved some runners over in situations that definitely created opportunities for UCLA. But in the end, Kelly Maxwell just always had an answer to shut things down. And so just an incredibly impressive performance. Where did this come from, you might ask? Patty Gasso said after the game. Kelly Maxwell also talked about this after the game. They had a heart-to-heart conversation today, did Kelly Maxwell and Patty Gasso. And it was basically a conversation about being free, pitching without burden. Patty Gasso talked about how she really had sensed Kelly Maxwell carrying around a lot of weight this season, emotion, just the, sort of between the ears burden of transferring, of being the ace, of wanting to play so well, do so much. And she just hadn't seen Kelly Maxwell just go out there and pitch and not worry about any of that. So they had a conversation about faith, a conversation about approach. And ultimately what we saw was, again, the best pitching performance of Kelly Maxwell's OU career. Comes at an unbelievable time. Now the Sooners, because of that, get an off day. Kelly Maxwell gets an off day. She will be very capable of coming back and pitching again when the Sooners play on Monday with a chance to go to the championship series. All that OU needs now is one victory. And if Kelly Maxwell pitches like she did today, it's hard to believe, no matter who is waiting there for the Sooners, that they wouldn't be favored to advance to the championship series. That off day will be hugely advantageous to Kelly Maxwell to be able to come back and pitch again, much like we saw Jordy Ball do for the Sooners a year ago. Sooners had gotten good pitching out of other pitchers, but when it came to the Women's College World Series and the Sooners being able to win and stay on the winner's bracket side of things, giving themselves off days, OU could pitch Jordy Ball basically every time out. They did, and she came through and played unbelievably, MVP of the Women's College World Series last year. Now Kelly Maxwell, it sets up for her to have the same kind of opportunity again, to have those off days, to be able to be rested as she gets prepared to pitch once again in the Women's College World Series. So that was the goose egg on the UCLA side. As for the one on the OU side, that was courtesy of Tiare Jennings. She opens the 3rd inning with a solo shot. First pitch, she takes it out to right field, and that was all the offense that Kelly Maxwell and these Sooners needed. One impressive thing about that Tiare Jennings home run, it came on the heels of a really scary moment, quite honestly, for the Sooners. That being an infield fly in the top of the third inning that Elena Torres, the second baseman for OU, lost in the sun. We've seen situations like this before in these afternoon games where those fielders that are on the right side of the field will sometimes find themselves looking directly into that midday, early afternoon type of sun. And Elena Torres did. She lost sight of the ball. She tried to protect herself, but in the process, she got hit in the face, knocked off her glasses, really looked to, put her in a bad situation. Patty Gasso said after the game that she was getting medical attention, that it had been pretty bad, and that they didn't know if Elena Torres would be able to play when they return to action on Monday. We'll have to wait and see, but she goes to the bench as soon as that happens to get medical attention. Avery Hodge has to come in her place, remains at second and in the batting order for the remainder of the game. So really a tough moment for OU there in the top of the third. And then the bottom of the third, Tiare Jennings leads off with the home run. It was just a really a momentum-grabbing, statement-making play for one of OU's greatest players ever in Tiare Jennings. She adds to, career numbers and all of the legacy type of things that great players have. She's added to it with that one score that Oklahoma needed today, because UCLA's pitchers were unbelievable. They start Caitlin Terry, a freshman. They bring in Taylor Tinsley, a sophomore. They were both really fantastic, especially being young pitchers going up against an OU offense that can be so dangerous. They just give up the one run, but against Kelly Maxwell today, that ended up being enough. So tip of the cap to those UCLA pitchers, but the OU pitcher, Kelly Maxwell, even better today. Going to be interesting to see who the Sooners will play in that game on Sunday or on Monday. We don't know. Sunday will determine that opponent, so we have to wait and see exactly who comes out of that. But lots to like about where the Sooners are right now. Winners of their first two in the Women's College World Series, staying on the winners bracket side of things. So if they can continue that, get to the championship series without having lost, the momentum will be great for this team. It'll be very interesting to see, again, who they match up against. Can they get to the championship series without that, if necessary, game on Monday? If they can, they're going to be in great shape come Wednesday when that championship series starts. I'll have a lot more from Devon Park, from all the action out of the Women's College World Series, but that's all the time I've got for now. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and my Substack. It's free in both places, but if you want to support my work on Substack, monthly subscriptions start for only $8 a month. Thanks for your help with all that, and thanks for listening. We'll see you again real soon.